Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. Just got my lazy backside out of bed. It was early in the day. I'm going to put the clips I took at Malvern together with some music. I've only filmed the Orchid Society displays because that's really what Malvern is about. The whole display is what gets judged. There are individual plant awards, which I got a couple. I'll go into them later. So I've tried to film the displays in a way that shows the display, because that's how Malvern works. You know, they're looking at the combinations of the colours, the layout, the concepts, all things like that. That's really what it's about. So I haven't, in most cases, zoomed in on individual plants or anything like that, because that's not really what it's about. I've tried to give the impressions of the displays, so from a distance, really, viewed as a whole. That's the idea anyway. The whole day was my Father's Day treat from my daughter. So it was a long day, a lot of driving. We managed to avoid getting rained on. It did try a couple of times, but including while we were having lunch. Cheers. But we didn't have to run for cover. It wasn't, just a few spots. We can live with that. Met up with quite a few YouTubers. Just came and said hello. That was good. And at the end, there is a rare event. There's a picture of me. That's a rare event in itself. But it's also a picture of 3 YouTubers in the same spot at the same time. Now, that's unusual. Very rarely happens. The odd meeting of a couple now and again is about the best you get. YouTube tends to be an internet thing rather than a real life thing. So, make sure you hide your kids and your pets when you have a look at the picture at the end. We don't want to frighten them, do we? So I'll get some clips together, add some music on, try and avoid a copyright strike, 'cause that's a little more important nowadays. And hope you enjoy it. As I said, it's about the displays. I have spent particular attention to a couple. The best in show had not been awarded. So the individual awards for the displays, the gold medals, the silver medals and things like that, had been done, plus the individual plant awards, sort of best of type in show and things like that. But the actual best in show, the best amateur display in show, is actually awarded today on the Saturday morning. And at this time of day, I don't know if it's been done yet. So I still don't know who got best in show. I've paid particular attention to the Wessex Orchid Society and, of course, the Bournemouth Orchid Society. They're the 2 I belong to. So I've spent a little more time on those 2, perhaps, than some of the others. That's because they need to be separated out as individual videos to go on the separate Facebook pages. So that was the reason behind that. And you'll notice probably that there is also one other display that I've gone to town on. And that's my best guess for best in show, quite honestly. Anyway, you make your own opinions, but judges look at things in a different way to, the public, and even orchid enthusiasts see a display in a different way to the judges. So we'll see how we go, and I'll see you next time. Hope you enjoy it. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I bet you didn't enjoy it as much as what I've just enjoyed. I have just had the most unusual and the tastiest breakfast I think I've ever had in my life. And when you think of breakfast, you normally think of eggs and bacon and toast and stuff like that. You don't tend to think of having a cinnamon bun for breakfast. Now, this was a very special cinnamon bun because it came from Barcelona and travelled over to the UK. And in a nice little bag was presented to me and my daughter by John, made by himself. One for my daughter, one for me. Very special. Very difficult to say a proper thank you for something like that, because it's special when somebody makes something themselves. And as I said, I think that's the most unusual and the tastiest breakfast I have ever had in my life. Almost worth going to Barcelona to have another one. Who knows? Maybe one day. See you next time.